What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is kind of a departure from what I've normally been doing, which is talking about a lot of video games and game-centric discussions, updates, and stuff. I want to talk about some anime today. Normally, I keep this over on my podcast because that's where I can, spend more time to really break down and flesh out my thoughts on aspects of that part of the pop culture industry, I guess. And I think the last anime that I talked about over there was Frieren Beyond Journey's End, which, by the way, is a fantastic anime. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. But this came across my Discord this morning is when I noticed it. But I've known about this for a little bit. I've already known about this. If you're looking at the picture here, yes, that is Harley Quinn. And yes, they are making a Suicide Squad anime. Not just any anime. They're making a Suicide Squad Isekai, which has got me all manner of tingly and excited because, as you know, I am a huge, massive Isekai aficionado. I don't know if there's very many Isekai that I haven't enjoyed on some level. And there's a few that I could name off the top of my head that they started out great, they started out strong and sort of fell off after like season 2 or so. But more often than not, if it's an Isekai, I'm going to watch it. And on some level, I'm probably going to enjoy it. I'm just saying. So, so we've got the Suicide Squad Isekai coming out soon. And Variety.com posted this article 2 days ago, and it says Warner Brothers discovery to expand anime production in Japan. The genre is increasing reach and relevance globally. So let's just dive down here and look into this. It says Warner Brothers discovery is to significantly expand its investment and production of Japanese anime through its existing local studio in Japan. And I don't know why it never really occurred to me that Warner Brothers had a studio in Japan. I guess I never really cared to look that deep into it. It says we have a Japanese anime studio which has been producing 5 or 10 anime series per year the last few years, says James Gibbons. That kind of blows my mind, honestly. I need a list. I need a list here. We've approved expansion to take that to more than 10 series per year. The studio has been operational since 2011 and delivered over 80 titles in that span, a mix of high-quality anime, live-action series, and movies. These include JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, now see, I kind of knew that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was sort of related because of the home video release tie-in. I think I saw somewhere that the home video had like the Warner Brothers label or something attached to it. I'm not sure, but that checks out. In the back of my mind, that does check out. It says, which was originally serialized in a manga magazine starting in 1987 and became an animated series that launched in 2012. The Record of Ragnarok series and a Batman Ninja anime movie. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. We've sold them to third parties. That has been one of the metrics, and they are doing very well. And that's probably why it's sort of escaped my notice, is because they'll produce the anime, sell it to a third party, and then it goes into the anime industrial machine. Gibbons says, and so because we see the appeal of the category, we are expanding it. Anime is one of the best ways to reach the 18 to 30-year-old audience. Hey, I'm over 30, I'm just saying, which is incredibly elusive globally, albeit not in every market, but certainly in the US, parts of Europe and Latin America. We've got strong anime audiences. Hell yeah. Both JoJo's and Record of Ragnarok are currently on Netflix and have ranked strongly, featuring in the streamer's global weekly top 10. There is Japanese anime that comes from original IP, but there's also anime that comes from elsewhere. And we've looked at our DC universe and said, can we take these characters and reinvent them in world of anime? I guess they kind of doubled up there. In world of anime. I gotta highlight this. World of Anime. Yes, you can. Don't you worry, guys. We got your back. You can definitely reinvent them in the world of anime, which is not straightforward because you have to do it the right way. You have to work with the right studios to make it happen and to build your fan base, said Gibbons. The studio is putting the finishing touches to Suicide Squad Isekai, a new original anime series based on the characters from DC. It is produced by Warner Brothers Japan and Wit Studio. Yes. The celebrated Japanese studio behind global hit anime series such as Attack on Titan Seasons 1 through 3 and Spy Family, directed by Osada Eri from a screenplay by Nagatsuki Tape. The series will release in Japan in July, with entry into international markets to follow at an unconfirmed date closer to the end of the year. The story sees Amanda Waller, the head of Argus, assemble a group of notorious DC criminals, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Peacemaker, Clayface, and King Shark for a mission into an otherworldly realm full of swords and magic, and where orcs rampage and dragons rule the skies. We see strong growth for the genre, increasing reach and relevance not only for Asian audiences, but globally, said a Warner Brothers Discovery spokesman. Gibbons said that the group is also keen to play a part in other content categories in Asia. Aside from anime, its priorities include Japanese scripted, to some extent, Korean drama series, and Chinese language content. I wonder if they're going to be tapping into some of the manhwa that are going to be, that is a huge untapped resource that just needs to be looked into. The executive explained that Korean series are a known quantity with very well-defined pricing for the rights. Korean content is a very important category, a really important part of streaming in APAC and increasingly around the world. But it is a mature market, so the way that we access that will be different compared to, for example, Chinese content, which is a much newer category. Chinese shows account for a smaller percentage of consumption in APAC right now, but it in certain markets, it is growing pretty fast. Speaking this week at Series Mania in France, Warner Brothers Discovery's J.B. Perrette this week announced that Max will launch in 20 European countries on May 21st in time for the Summer Olympic Games. And of course, they've got a embedded Suicide Squad Isekai trailer. Now, I will put a link to this as well as the link to the official Suicide Squad Isekai trailer in the description down below for those that want to watch it and check it out. But guys, I just got to say that I'm really kind of excited about this. I know that when you talk about anime being in the mainstream and anime being, just out in the forefront, that makes a lot of old school anime fans kind of uncomfortable. But, back when I was an anime fan, one of the things that I really wanted was just more anime awareness, because it was really hard to find people who knew what anime was, let alone willing to talk about it. It was sort of like this hush-hush group that you were a part of. And if you knew about it, you knew about it. And if you didn't talk about it, that sort of thing. And you didn't talk about it even if you did know about it. So as the years have progressed and anime has become more into the forefront of the streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I think there's always been some form of anime or another on Hulu, and HBO has all of the Ghibli films. I feel like anime is definitely hit a peak, and as long as they don't mess it up, that's probably the one caveat that I would have about this whole thing is, are they going to mess it up? And I'm sure that a lot of fans are wondering, is this really anime? Well, it is anime because it is a studio in Japan making it. And I know that that's a whole topic that we could talk about, is how much percentage of an involvement does it require for it to actually be anime, or is it just going to be, some American cartoon with a little bit of Japanese involvement, and they're going to slap it on an anime into an anime category? No, this is actually legit anime. And like I said, I think my only problem is, will they do it justice? I'm not really concerned here, because they did say that, like, for example, the Suicide Squad Isekai is going to be from the same studio that did Attack on Titan. I mean, that's sign me up. You know, that's all I need right there. I don't think that they're going to drop the ball on this one too hard. It's possible they could, but I don't really see that being a thing. In fact, I see this maybe branching out in DC in an all new way. And if this works, we could see a whole bunch of DC anime, and I would be definitely down for that. Give me some Batgirl, give me some Batman, give me some Joker, give me some Justice League. Yes, please, and thank you. So I see this as a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, like with everything, I think we're going to have to wait and see where all of this is going to land. It all looks good right now on paper, but where is this going to look like? Well, what did they say? This was going to start premiering in July. Let's see what happens after July. Let's see what the community response is to all of this. But in the meantime, I would like to get your take on Warner Brothers Discovery's expanse into anime production. And let's get your take on it. What are you going to be? Are you going to be down for DC anime, or is this just a cash grab by yet another conglomerate looking to make some money off of some new trendy thing as they perceive it? Let's get some conversation going in the conversation place down below, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know about it by hitting that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, or you want to see some game discussions and updates, then be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to go check out my Patreon, which I am in desperate need of revitalizing, but you can help support the channel by going over there and becoming a member, and help keep the lights on. You can buy me a coffee. All that stuff, links to all of my socials is in the description down below. Have an amazing day, everyone. Keep being awesome. And I will see you all in the next video.